In the spring of 2015, Jennies softball had one of the best seasons in program history. But could anyone have predicted that earlier in the fall when the team first got together?
Fall was rough, very rough.
Early fall, this team was probably one of the worst about being late to weights, forgetting something, wearing the wrong shirt. It was a growing process with this team in the fall.
Didn't get off to a great start that year. Pretty rocky, just a lot of different things.
In the spring, UCM got on a little win streak, and then the team headed to Florida for a tournament. They picked up 6 straight wins. After that, Central Missouri played nationally ranked number 15 Rollins in Florida, and the Jennies picked up a season-changing win.
We came together as a team. You could count on everybody in every position at the plate and everything. Someone stepped up and got the job done. So at that point, once we beat a couple of really good teams down there, we were like, all right, we could be really good.
They really bought in at that point.
Now the Jennies had a new mindset and momentum. Throughout the regular season, Central Missouri had 21 MIAA wins, a program record.
We beat Emporia State and Missouri Western, who were both nationally ranked. So we just kept dialing it up.
None of that was easy, though. In fact, the Gens had fans and themselves on the edge of their seats a lot. UCM picked up 14 wins when tied or trailing after the 5th inning.
That's the one thing that I truly remember about this team is that we were the comeback kids. It was usually the 6th inning we trailed a lot, and I can remember being up in the dome. Mabe got hurt and she had a busted fat lip, and she went to say it was the 6th inning hit parade, and it came out hit parade, and that stuck around. And so every time 6th inning, it's the hit parade. Our biggest thing was just to have productive at-bats, pass the bat and just keep the line moving, and we had a lot of 2-out rallies. We found a way, no matter if we were trailing, to come back.
There was a sign in the locker room that year that everyone touched when leaving. It said "Road to Oklahoma City," and that dream of the national tournament became more real every day.
That team is so hardworking. It's kind of cliche, but there's a difference between good teams and great teams, and I feel like we went out to practice every single day. We were ready to get better every single day. When we stepped on the field, we truly believed that we were better than those teams that we wanted to beat, and then we had to prove it.
After being picked to finish 4th, Central Missouri won the MIAA regular season title for the first time since 2009, going 21-5 in the conference. In the MIAA tournament, rival Pittsburgh State sent the Jennies to the losers bracket, but UCM fought its way back to the championship game to face Pittsburgh State. The Gorillas had not lost, so the Jennies had to win too. UCM took game 1 6-1, game 2 7-1.
Warming up, no doubt. I mean, you could see it in our players' faces. You could see it just by their swagger, by their walk. They were just very confident. There was a calmness about them, and I think going into that day, everybody knew we were playing too. And then I think once we jumped out ahead in that first game, we just knew from then on, and then everything just had to fall into place. There was a lot of people that were saying it was a fluke, and I think that honestly just motivated our team even more.
It's hard for the coaching staff to pick out a few impact players, but that's the reason for the success. Jennies softball had a good pitching staff, solid defense, team speed, and lots of options on offense. The Gens had a .305 batting average, scored 350 runs, had 552 hits, 311 RBIs, 53 home runs, and a 2.62 ERA to go along with 276 strikeouts, 141 of which came from Katie Shockley, who pitched 219 innings and led the MIAA with 27 wins. Lauren Mabe had 82 hits and led the league with a .414 batting average. After winning the MIAA tournament for the first time since 1997, UCM hosted part of the NCAA Central Region tournament.
I can totally remember beating Henderson with bases loaded, full count, Katie Shockley freezing her on the backdoor curve for the strikeout looking.
After winning their half of the region, the Gens hit the road to face top 10 ranked Augustana for the regional championship. UCM had already played the Vikings twice earlier in the season and had barely lost both of those games. But game 1 in best of 3 for the regional crown, UCM won 6-0.
I feel like we shocked them. Yeah, I feel like they thought they had it in the bag.
The next day, the Gens got a small 2-1 lead on the Vikings. Augie loaded the bases in the 7th inning, but Allie Jo Rogers made a game-winning catch that sent Central Missouri to nationals for the first time since 1994, when Anderson was a player for the Gens. So it was on to USA Softball Stadium in Oklahoma City, a field most little girls who grow up playing softball can only ever dream of playing on.
It was cool to meet the other teams and coaches and kind of just have that experience in general. Like, we didn't end up winning. I thought we played some really tough softball. The experience in general was really cool. It was really awesome. It's not something that you get to do all the time.
Jennies softball finished the season 49-16. That's tied for the most wins in a single season. Katie Shockley and Lauren Mabe were both first-team All-MIAA honorees and then earned all-region awards. Jackie Prater was a second-team All-MIAA pick, and honorable mention nods went to Carly Rose, Allie Jo Rogers, Lindsay Dawson, Alex Lenhart, and Katie Giacconi. The coaching staff was the Regional Staff of the Year, and Susan Anderson was named the MIAA Coach of the Year.
It was a group effort. This team was so special in so many different ways. Everybody had a role and everybody did what they needed to do, and if somebody didn't get the job done, somebody else came up clutch. They were just excited for each other, and that's what it takes. It takes the entire team, and it takes everybody wanting everybody to have success.